Today's message from God speaks directly to your heart. Stop doubting because you are deeply loved. The Lord has seen the moments you questioned your worth, the wounds that made you feel forgotten, and the voices that caused you to shrink inside. He wants you to know that none of those things define you. His love for you is steady, unconditional, and unshaken by anything you've walked through. This is His word to you today. You are fully known and fully loved. Let me call you alive to the present. You have not been overlooked. I am breathing new life into places within you that have grown weary from the fight. You have heard so many voices, some stoking fear, some casting shadows of doubt, and others subtly chipping away at the strength I placed within you.
Every day they compete for your attention, threatening to cloud your clarity. Yet right now I hear my voice above every other, gentle, unwavering, brimming with hope. I offer not ordinary comfort, but a living word that brings realignment to your thoughts, a gentle hush that settles over your unrest, and a courage that is not shaken by uncertainty. As you lean into these words, feel my authority encircle you, giving you a quiet confidence that circumstances cannot uproot. Let my nearness become tangible. Picture my hand resting lightly on your shoulder, grounding you in this space. My presence is a safety few recognize. It rebuilds what worry tried to dismantle, refreshes your soul, and brings brilliance to your vision. Even as challenges gather like late afternoon clouds or reports arrive bearing news that stirs anxiety, I infuse you with a stillness that the world cannot touch. Trust me to determine the outcome. My guidance is the only assurance you need. And with it, you will find yourself calm, not by escaping difficulty, but by growing steady within it. In this intimate pause, bring to me all the unspoken wants, the silent thankfulness, and even those fluttering doubts that make you question your belonging. Ask yourself, do you know how deeply you are loved? Are you aware that my affection arrives freely without expectation or tally? Breathe slowly and let gratitude quietly fill your heart. That simple act opens space for my peace to descend. I am here not just to watch you survive, but to see your spirit made whole, every wound attended, every fear replaced by trust. If you feel exhausted by other people's harshness or the disappointments that seem endless, allow me to gather you into my embrace. You do not need to brace yourself against the world here. I see the times when the actions of others cast shadows over your day, when you are made to bear burdens that were never yours, and when kindness seems scarce. And yet my attention never leaves you, nor do I overlook those who attempt to trouble your heart. While some may misuse the gifts I have given, speaking words that sting or making choices that wound, I remain your constant, shielding you from their intent. Others may try to bring you low, misjudging your quiet strength as fragility, unaware of the protection that constantly surrounds you. They do not see that when they oppose you, they stand against something unbreakable, my care for you. They imagine they possess power, but it is my spirit within you that establishes victory. You will not be overcome or defined by their actions. Instead, I am the one dismantling every plan designed to undermine or diminish you. Their efforts will eventually turn on themselves while you rise securely. However many seasons of suffering move through your days, know this: resilience is being shaped within you, not by avoiding the storm, but by standing anchored in my presence. Trust is your quiet force, faith your true wealth, and the peace I give is your truest inheritance. When you pause to notice my nearness, whether in the first stillness of dawn, during anxious afternoons, or in moments when the world's noise grows loud, find comfort in knowing I have surrounded you. The path ahead will never be navigated alone. Let now be a small beginning. Close your eyes if you wish. Slow your breathing and call to remember a single moment of goodness or relief received in the past week. A brief encounter, a word of kindness, a fragment of laughter. See how even the smallest gifts spark hope. This is my reminder that your life is carried by a stream of hidden mercies. If heaviness tries to return, don't push it away alone. Simply sit with me. Allow your burdens to come into the light of my understanding and let your heart settle. You may wonder, am I strong enough for what lies ahead? What if I disappoint myself or others? What if the world never grows softer? Or those I care for never change? In this space, release such questions. My love is your anchor, holding you steady no matter how rough the sea becomes. Even in uncertainty, you remain my beloved, supported, watched over, marked out for restoration. There is nothing you can do to lose my affection, nor any mistake capable of driving me from your side. As you choose gratitude, sometimes nothing more than a whispered thank you or a steadying breath, you create room for renewal. Your ideas, conversations, and beliefs grow fresh as my spirit gently reforms your inner world. My truth, often subtle and persistent, settles deep in your soul, fortifying you against the next wave of worry. Each day offers another invitation to bring your doubts and confusion to me so that I can reveal my unwavering commitment to your well-being. Let your confidence in me replace self-reliance as you realize that with my guidance, the impossible becomes possible. My beloved, life will bring seasons of striving and bravery as well as moments meant for rest and quiet dependence. You do not always need to push forward. There is wisdom in waiting with me until your spirit is renewed and calm once again. When fear of missing out or anxiety over next steps begins to press in, remember everything unfolds in my timing. Put aside the hurry and allow yourself a pause. Even just 5 breaths in the secret place with me realigns your path so that you rise to meet each challenge, not in exhaustion, but in clarity and peace. I promise this. Your journey is not defined by the loudness of those who doubt you or the temporary confusion of the present. Lift your gaze, beloved, and recognize the gentle horizon I am revealing. The goals and desires planted in your spirit will come to fruition, not through force, but through my careful guidance and your willing trust. This is a new chapter, one marked not by lonely striving, but by an ongoing partnership between you and me. The path will surprise you with its beauty, for as you walk with me, every difficulty becomes not a stumbling block, but a place where your courage and hope increases. Let every step you take today be anchored in the certainty that I am with you, led by my presence into unimagined possibilities. This is your assurance. You are safe, deeply known, continually equipped with everything needed for each new day. You need only rest. Surrender your worries and let your trust in me become your steady rhythm. There is no shadow left that can discourage or separate you from my care. Take my hand now, beloved, and let us continue together. I see how you begin your days with the weight of many questions pressing in before your eyes fully open to the morning. This is your assurance. I am attentive to the shifting currents of your heart, both the sparks of gratitude that flicker in your chest and the undercurrent of worries that sometimes threaten to sweep them away. Let each breath you draw be a reminder that I formed you for these moments, not to drift through life burdened and uncertain, but to walk steadily in my care. I do not simply watch from afar. I am the warmth that settles in the quiet before dawn, the gentle presence steadying your hands, the peace that hovers close while the world stirs awake. There are mornings when you wonder whether your efforts matter, whether the love you give will circle back or the work you offer will find purpose beyond exhaustion. Even as you stew over unfinished tasks and replay conversations in your mind, I invite you to pause and sense my nearness. Like a hand softly resting on your shoulder, present yet never forceful. Here in this stillness, I breathe newness into the day before you, shifting your perspective from what might go wrong to the quiet certainty that I am guiding your every step. This is my promise. You do not walk alone. When you bring me your thanks, even for things that feel small or fragile, you open the door to my joy. Gratitude is not just polite recognition. It is a turning of your eyes from the shadows to the light streaming in. Watch as the heaviness within you begins to lift as fear loses its grip when you count the ways I have shown up for you. Think of the laughter around a breakfast table, the hush of peace as you drive to your day's commitments, the gentle nudges of hope when life feels routine. I am cultivating in you a heart that notices wonder in the ordinary. There may be days when discouragement presses hard, whispering that nothing is changing, that your prayers float unattached and unheard. This is not so. I receive every word spoken in longing, every silent ache, every earnest request for renewal. You hunger for significance and for a sense that your life holds meaning beyond what passes quickly. I have called you by name and set a place for you that no one else can fill. Your story fits within my purpose, not in spite of your struggles, but often because of how you walk through them. Even the mundane, the overlooked acts of kindness, the silent battles for patience or forgiveness, these are precious to me. I see not just what you do, but why you do it. Your quiet prayers for loved ones, your willingness to begin again after setbacks. In the hidden places, I am at work, shaping a legacy out of your small eyes. If you listen closely amid the hum of daily tasks and the interruptions that threaten your focus, you will discern my guidance, a gentle clarity that nudges you one step to the right or steadies your resolve when you doubt your belonging. I do not need you to prove yourself worthy by striving harder or being flawless. What I ask is your willingness to meet me in these ordinary hours with openness. My voice does not shout over your noise. It is steady and sure, a comfort and a compass. There is a strength I am building in you, forged not by ease, but by learning to rely on me at every turn. Let yourself settle for a moment. Close your eyes if you can, and breathe deeply. As you savor the air filling your chest, remember I am the source of each breath and the one who holds your tomorrows. Even now, while doubts linger at the edge, I am speaking peace over your restless mind. Every time you place your worries in my hands, truly letting them go, you make room for my wisdom to shape your path ahead. Do not measure my love by the quick answers or the absence of pain. Measure it by my unwavering presence, by the quiet assurance that I remain when all else grows uncertain. I am not impatient with your process or surprised by your fears. My compassion is the ground beneath your uncertainty. My delight is in seeing you brave another day with trust, no matter how shaky. You do not disappoint me when you are tired. You touch my heart when you turn to me in that very state, longing for refreshment. Expect interruptions to your plans, and do not see them as setbacks but as invitations into something deeper I am doing. Sometimes I nudge you off the familiar trail, not to frustrate you, but to draw you closer, to spark growth you couldn't predict. When you feel unqualified or unseen in your responsibilities as a parent, a partner, a friend, or in your work, remember your identity rests first in being mine. Let your striving give way to surrender, not as giving up, but as yielding to my care and vision for your day. The world may judge success by speed and recognition, but I delight in the slow building of character, the quiet acts of faithfulness known only to us. With every act of surrender, with every breath of gratitude, you align yourself more closely with my heart. This day is still unfolding, and I am guiding you through every hour, every uncertainty, every flicker of hope or fear. My voice will be your constant as you step forward, and my love is your shelter in all things. Let your heart absorb this certainty. I am never intimidated by your hesitations, nor do I recoil from your doubts. You may worry that your faith wavers, that you lack the resilience to face what comes, but my gaze is gentle upon you even in these storm-tossed places. As sunlight slips across morning walls, notice how I enter quietly, not with accusation, but with hope that stirs fresh between your ribs. I am your steady hand when uncertainty coils tight in your chest, guiding you to breathe deeply, to find again the air I provide, to sense that my closeness is the most real thing of all. The noise of other voices tries to crowd out this assurance. Old fears resurrect themselves with the dawn, whispering that you are too late or not enough or somehow outside the blessing. But watch, just as you lift your eyes in that quiet stillness, I am closer than the echo of those shadows. When you pause long enough to become aware of the simple warmth or the subtle rhythm of your own heartbeat, recognize my gift in each detail. Every breath drawn in gratitude is a declaration of trust, a gentle pushing back of fear's tide. Even in this simplest surrender, I draw you deeper into my peace. My beloved, you may feel responsible for outcomes outside your control, the harmony of your family, the doors that will open or not, the unseen pathways you hope will appear. Let your shoulders relax as you remember this. Outcomes are not your burden to bear alone. I call you not to an anxious striving, but to walk with me step by step. As you release to me the weight that threatens to crush your spirit, you make room for my presence to carry what you cannot. In the hush of surrender, I shape what matters most within you. Courage, gentleness, perseverance that does not depend on results. Notice how I am not in a hurry. My timing is not the same as yours, but it is never late. In moments that seem slow or quiet, I am preparing you for a pace that will not burn you out, but will let you flourish. This morning, as you sip your drink or sit with your hands on your knees, I invite you to trust that preparation is not wasted time. Fruit ripens in secret first, and just so, I am cultivating patience and vision within you. Each day you let go of anxious comparison, I build a new resilience, a rootedness that cannot be shaken by brief disappointments. When you imagine your future, uncertainty flickers at the edges. You wonder if you will recognize the answer when it comes, or if you might miss your moment by turning to distraction or despair. But I am here to remind you that you cannot drift beyond my care. Your destiny is not balanced on a knife's edge of your performance, nor is it fragile or easily lost. Instead, I have called you by name and continue speaking purpose over you, even when your ears feel dull to my voice. Rest now in the knowledge that I am the keeper of your calling and that nothing precious escapes my notice. At times, you may feel small in the face of your hopes or the needs around you, but do not despise the influence of single acts of gratitude or honesty. The world shifts in ways you do not see every time you choose stillness instead of panic, or kindness instead of harshness, or hope instead of resignation. When you speak words of blessing over those you love, or extend mercy to yourself in failure, you echo my voice in the world. It is not always the dramatic moment, but the persistent, humble choices that remake your life and radiate healing into every environment you touch. Even in weariness, I am with you. Perhaps you wake with heaviness, rehearsing worries before your feet touch the floor, bracing for disappointment from others or from yourself. Allow me to lift your head. Feel my hand steady. You let your breathing slow. The pressure you feel to earn love, to keep your world spinning, is gently unraveled in my presence. You are already precious to me, not for what you achieve or the outcomes you orchestrate, but because you are mine. Settle into this truth and let the anxiety lose its grip. You are safe with me no matter what today brings. Now, as you open your hands again, perhaps palms resting upward on your lap, invite me into the gaps, the places that ache with longing or fatigue. Do not be afraid of silence. Listen for my voice, not in thunder, but in the whisper that assures you, I am enough for you right here. There is wisdom in waiting, honor in trusting, strength in returning again to my promises, even when circumstances lag behind. As sunlight spreads across the day, let your heart learn how to rest in my sustaining love, carrying you forward with a confidence that is larger and more compassionate than any fleeting emotion. If doubts rise, if you sense disappointment crouched at the edges, recall my faithfulness in past seasons, the ways I have preserved you, healed your wounds, restored your hope. My consistency is the foundation beneath every anxious thought. My mercy is new this very moment, not recycled or tired, but fresh and specific to your needs. Whenever old patterns threaten to crowd your mind, breathe in and remember, I am rewriting your story as you yield to me. The ending is not yet written. The next step will always be bathed in my purpose and covered by my grace. You do not walk alone. Even as situations feel unresolved, even if uncertainty lingers and you cannot yet see the path clearly, take courage. My spirit goes before you and surrounds you, sheltering you in the mystery of my unchanging affection. You are learning with each new morning that surrender is not defeat, but the beginning of true peace. Trust that as you keep moving, guided by love and steadied by my hand, you will see the fruit of all I am doing. Often first in your heart, and then in the world you touch. I invite you deeper now, beloved child, into a sanctuary where only truth has a voice, where the noise that has kept you restless begins to dissolve, layer by trembling layer. Every doubt you've nursed, every ache that made hope seem foolish. I gather gently now. You have wondered if I was listening in your silence, if every cry you held back was just an echo fading in the void. Hear me. Not a single tear or question has vanished unnoticed. You are seen with a gaze that cannot look away, a gaze that searches the hidden places no one else has dared approach. So breathe. Let shame fall off your shoulders and let me draw nearer still. You sense a stirring you cannot explain, a gentle pressure in your soul as if something long dormant is being awakened. That is my spirit moving through the memories and griefs you thought too tangled for repair. Even in the private corners of your heart where disappointment whispered, "It's too late," I am sowing seeds of resurrection. With every heartbeat, I am inviting you to rest in the knowledge that the process is not pointless and the pain will not be wasted. Yield just for this moment. Let the breath you take remind you you are alive for divine purpose, not by accident. You fear letting me too close will unveil what you cannot face about yourself. But you carry burdens that were never meant to be held alone. Yes, I see your weakness, the secret shame, the repeated stumbles, the thoughts you can barely admit. Yet none of these disqualify you from my embrace. My love is not repelled by your brokenness. It is drawn to it. The way light invades darkness, not to accuse, but to transform. My child, I choose you still. Even now, especially now, there is a battle over your agreement.
The enemy of your soul would have you cling to old labels, unworthy, forgotten, irreparably flawed. But hear my words cut across the lies. You are not defined by your past, nor by your pain. You are marked by my spirit, chosen, loved, destined for more than survival. The shame that tried to fasten itself to you is becoming the raw material from which I am shaping resilience and wisdom. Do you feel the swelling at the edge of your sorrow? It is the evidence of newness pressing in, longing to be born. Let yourself hope again. I know the arguments in your mind because I have followed you even into your doubts. What if I surrender and nothing changes, you ask? I understand the cost of trust, the ache of unmet expectations. But trust is not the absence of fear.
It is the decision to let me hold what you cannot. Stop measuring yourself by what has not happened yet. Your process is sacred ground to me. Through your most vulnerable suspicions, I've been gently guiding you, not away from pain, but toward a greater healing than you've ever dared consider. Today, you are closer to breakthrough than you realize. And what's about to shift will clarify so much that once seemed cruel or random. Pause and sense my nearness. Place your hand on your heart if you like. Feel the steady pulse, proof that I have not finished with you. The warmth that settles in your chest is my presence, softening what hurt you, promising a safety the world cannot counterfeit. Inhale. Let your shoulders ease. I am here. Some part of you resists whispering, I can't trust again, not after so many disappointments. I feel the tremble of that protest. I honor even your guarded places. But listen, your trust does not have to be perfect. It only has to be real. Even trembling faith reaches me. Let me strengthen what remains fragile. Let me carry the fears that grip your chest. This is not the end of the story and not the end of who you are becoming. If you will allow it, I will turn every scar into a marker of survival, every wound into a doorway for my glory. I promise you this, within 72 hours, someone will speak to you words that echo a truth I've tried to plant deep within. When it happens, recognize the voice behind the words. It is me confirming what I have been whispering to your spirit. You will know it's me because it will bring peace to the part of you that never feels enough. Watch for it. Gratitude is a key that unlocks doors your striving never could. Right now, breathe deeply and recall 3 moments, however small, when you sensed beauty or relief, even in recent days. If nothing comes, let your gratitude be that I have not left you. There is power in noticing the light that flickers even in darkness. The act is an act of resistance against despair. As you speak thanks, even quietly within, I release new courage into your soul. Sometimes, the greatest courage is simply refusing to abandon your own process. I see how easy it would be to numb out, to let weariness dictate your steps. But strength is not always fierce and loud. Sometimes it's gentle and steady, like roots growing unseen beneath the surface. Remember, fragile beginnings often imply the strongest destinies. You are not failing, dear one. You are forming. Stop. Do not skim past this word. Let me say it again. You are not your failures. I have marked you for transformation, not condemnation. You are becoming the kind of person who can carry joy without fear of losing it, who can offer hope to others only because you've walked through hopelessness and made it out breathing. Your story is making room for miracles that could not fit into smaller definitions of yourself. Do you recognize it yet? The sensation that what once paralyzed you has lost some of its power? That's because I am rewriting the narrative, teaching your soul a new song, one whose notes resonate with strength and surrender. I am drawing forth gifts in you that trauma tried to bury. The tenderness you feel is not weakness. It is the evidence of a heart coming back to life beneath my care, a heart waking up to possibility. At this very moment, thousands are taking the same journey, questioning, trembling, daring to trust again. You are not alone in this sacred wrestle. Community is not merely a comfort. It is confirmation that what I am doing is not isolated. Even your most solitary battles are held within my embrace and surrounded by an army of the awakened. Lay down just for now the armor you've built from fear. Let it rest beside you for a moment. I am your cover. Let yourself be vulnerable in my presence. Let me see the wounds without you rushing to defend or explain. I do not judge the pace of your healing or your struggle to believe. I invited you to encounter me not when you had it all figured out, but precisely because you needed a love that wouldn't walk away. Everything that frightens you is subject to my authority. The anxieties pressing against your mind, the exhaustion heavy in your bones, the tension that refuses to leave your shoulders, none are too much for me. My beloved child, carry this truth with you. You are deeply, unconditionally, and endlessly loved. Let this love steady your heart and silence every doubt. Walk forward knowing you belong to me. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next word God has for you.